but not.
Very busy. Yes.
Ready? Ready, ready?
Literally everything is rolled.
Okay, whatever this says, take two. On our first episode, we introduced ourselves and we talked a lot about the importance of building a network of like-minded industry professionals, how it has affected our businesses and our friendships, and we challenged you not to try to do it by yourself. Today, we're going to dig deeper into how to approach those initial conversations when you know you want to connect with someone, but you don't know how to start. Buckle up, vendor besties. It's going to get
Buckle
bumpy.
up, buttercup.
Buckle up, buttercup. Have you ever been on the receiving end of a cold DM that just felt weird? I want to be on your preferred vendors list.
Can I join your wedding show?
No. Can I get some free rentals?
Hey, Sorcha, can you make 16 cupcakes for this Saturday?
Oh my gosh. I mean, probably I'm gonna say yes, but I'm not gonna be happy.
But it's not nice, right? So we're going to break down why those kinds of messages give us the ick.
I have 10 years of marketing experience. One of the main things I focused on was cold calls. What I learned from it was warmth, tone, personality, problem solving, customer service, and care were the top attributes. What does it take to be an active listener? Eye contact, understanding what your customer needs, hearing the key pieces to what they need. Now, cold calling is done virtually.
It's an email or it's a DM or it's a...
Right.
A lot of those traditional methods
Text.
aren't effective, right?
Right.
So, like, how do you translate all that warmth and tone into your DM?
So know who you're cold calling. That's the quick tip. Research who you're talking to. Are you talking to a large company? Are you talking to a small company? Because that determines ultimately who you're talking to. Are you talking to the CEO? Are you talking to their inventory manager?
Or their social media manager.
Their social media manager? All these things determine how you're going to talk to them.
Yeah, if you know who's receiving that message, right, then you're able to, like, be real specific.
Exactly.
And make them feel like you actually care about
Right.
them directly.
And how do you find that information out? Figure out where that email address goes to. Figure out where that social media platform goes to. And if you don't know, a blanket hello is perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, I mean, you can say, hello, I would love to know more about what you do. And that's engagement in a way that, you know, anytime you're asking somebody a personal question, so saying, I'm not totally sure what you do with your business, make sure you actually looked and aren't just saying that. But like if you read the bio and it's not entirely clear what they do, like if you read my bio, it's not entirely clear. I mean, I try, but I do a lot of things. So sometimes people are like, I'm not totally sure what you do. And I say, well, I do a lot of things. There's this brand and there's this brand and there's this brand. So definitely reading the bio, looking at the profile, read their website for a minute and try and really tune into what it is that they offer so that when you are reaching out, it's appropriate and relevant.
It takes 2 minutes. Read for 2 minutes before sending that message. That's all it takes. Make it personal. It'll go a long way.
Yeah, make sure you're adding value to every conversation that you're in, especially when networking. Asking for something right away is a 90% chance that they'll dismiss what you're saying. And even though you know you have value, if you're not effectively communicating that to a complete stranger who's like most of us getting 10, 15 DMs a day and cannot handle another ask 100% of the time when you're adding value to somebody's life, they will respond with equal or better reaction. So
And energy.
A, B, always be adding value. A, B, A, B.
We're all getting 10, 15 DMs a day, right? Our inboxes are flooded. There's constant bids for connection and constant demands of our time, right? So if you're sending somebody a DM, you want to be respectful of the fact that it is a bid for attention. But then as someone who's running a small business owner, I think it's also really important to safeguard your own energies. And just because something is a bad ask doesn't always mean it's a bad opportunity.
Right.
So if you are careful and have boundaries around how you communicate with the people coming into your inbox as well, kind of take ownership of those conversations, you can kind of safeguard future relationships and future networking opportunities. But like, you don't have to respond to every single ask, and you also don't need to get mad about it when people do it wrong.
That's so hard though.
It hard. I feel that because everything feels like a demand on our attention these days.
Right.
Like, welcome to the social media economy. Attention is currency.
Yeah, 100%.
1000%.
Well, I mean, the reason that it's such a demand on our attention is because it seems so fleeting. So when you're adding that substance, when you're adding that value,
And that personal connection.
it's establishing support for them. Maybe one of their 10 DMs that day found them well. You can,
I love the ones that say, "This is how your email found me."
I think that's all I do on admin days is repost I hate email memes. That's all I do on Mondays.
yeah, no, that's real. But we're always getting requests for our attention. So the more we can fill that in with substance and stand out.
Value
Yeah.
and respect.
Yeah, standing out. Like I tell the story of the best cold DM that I ever got is from who is now a friend of mine. Her name is Sherry, and she does permanent makeup, eyebrows. She did my eyebrows, and thank you. She literally sent a cold DM that was something like, "Hey, this is what I do, and if you feel like that's something that would fit into or be useful for you in the future, just let me know." And I responded and I was like, okay, props for having the balls to say to me that my eyebrows are literally fading off my face and that you see it and you have this business and you're offering your business. Like, super smart, kudos to you. I'd love to chat. And it turns out that that was a social media manager that she had hired to do it. It wasn't even actually her. But then when I responded, she took on the conversation and carried on the conversation, and she's one of my vendor besties now, and she's amazing and does incredible work. But just having the courage to start with, that's huge, and I respect that. When it's personal and relevant is where it really, really matters. On the converse, I've also had DMs where people are like, "We would love to schedule this thing at your venue, and we think we'd be a great fit for your marketing." And I'm like, I'm not a venue. And nowhere in any of my stuff does it say that I'm a venue. So you're immediately irrelevant, and those are the ones that make me mad right away.
Yeah. The ones too that always get me are like products.
Yeah.
Like I've gotten a lot of hangover product ones.
What are they saying?
Oh, for my client, for their wedding favors. That's great and all, and I'm sure it's super successful.
Yeah, but we're here to serve our clients. We're not here to sell them your product.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, a lot of social media is marketing.
Absolutely.
Use it as a platform for entertainment and connection, but it is 90% ads, and a lot of it is psychologically designed to trick you into not realizing it's an ad. So as a small business owner, you have to participate in that to some degree, but if you come across trying to reach out and cold DM somebody, you're just selling them stuff and not bridging that connection first, it is so off-putting because we're bombarded by constant sales pitches.
Yes.
Right.
And you don't want to be adding to that noise because you're going to get disregarded so fast. And the goal is how can we create connection authentically when we are actually trying to make a professional connection and maybe sell something.
Right.
Right.
Because it's all business at the end of the day still.
Correct.
I think for the most part, people know what they want.
Oh.
If you walk into an interaction with a stranger or your best friend, assuming that people know what they want and that they're smart enough to decide that they want the things that they want, and you're providing something for them that they hadn't considered, but you're still giving them substance, you're still giving them something concrete, and you're not giving them something that they never thought about wanting or never wanted. You're adding to their life in such a way that you're saving them time, money, or
It's the value.
anything else.
It's the value prop.
It's the cash value.
Yeah.
So you're not coming into their life offering them a hangover pill for their wedding guests that their wedding guests didn't ask for or need.
Well, and one of the things we talked about in the last episode was, especially this season, we get a lot of these cold DMs for asking for stuff for free, right?
Yeah.
Or asking for you to donate your services, asking for you to donate your time, asking for you to be involved in a styled shoot, right? And a lot of it's posed as opportunity. And I think that it's really important when you are navigating these conversations as a new business owner, especially, to like be careful about like what choices you make there.
Yeah.
And like who you know, allow into that space.
Correct.
Because there's a lot of like asks for free stuff all the time.
Yes.
Everything's opportunity.
Right.
Yep.
But some of it is.
Yeah.
Some of it is good opportunity, but cash rules everything around me.
It's fair.
Capitalism.
Wu-Tang.
So going into a cold DM in the right headspace is absolutely key. It is vital. You have to remember that the recipient on the other end of the DM is a human being. Most of us are small businesses.
I'm an alien.
The four of us specifically, like, we're small businesses. We are the business. We can't do it alone, but we do it alone. We do a lot of it alone. So when you're DMing somebody, think about the fact that you're talking to a person. You're not just talking to a business. That person is a real person. That person has obviously put in enough work and enough skill to where their profile is something that is now attracting you, and you want to interact with them in their business because you see that it can leverage yours, right? Like the whole thing is, oh, this thing is cool. I want to do that. I want to be with that. And it's going to make me better. You're understanding that inherently. And so remembering that the person that you are talking to has created this business and created this image and product or service that is attracting you, and have respect for that. That's the first thing. Absolutely read their bio, check out whatever links are in their bio to see what all they're doing. Are they doing a cool wedding show? Are they involved in a fundraiser? Spend some time on their grid and in their stories. Social media is a huge part of our marketing. It is what we can do mostly for free, and leveraging it as we can with the small, short, shallow pockets that we've got is really key. So anything that we can do to boost the algorithm for each other is really important. Spend some time in their grid, find those pictures of that beautiful cake that is just amazing, and go in and comment on it. Yo, this cake is fire. It's incredible. How did you do that? Spend some time in their stories. Anytime that you interact in stories, it boosts both of your algorithms. It shows your stories to more people as well. That's a way to show love. Like literally the little heart is showing love for this person. You're buttering them up. That's a great way to do it.
Well, you're giving them energy.
Yeah.
You're giving them attention, and you're giving them engagement. And again, just like attention, engagement is currency. So if there's someone and you want to be involved with them in some capacity, give them that energy and that engagement up front.
Yeah.
It's building the foundation.
Right.
Yeah. And it can take some time too. You don't have to rush into the ask.
No.
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 It can only grow.
Right.
Like any friendship, any relationship, it has to start from a ground level and grow.
Yeah.
From like a house.
Well, back to the DM, can you make me 16 cupcakes for Saturday? Like, think about in your life, anytime someone has put this ask on you that has a really short turnaround, and it's going to put you out in some way to meet that expectation, that's stressful. And you don't want to go into an ask putting your target person on stress immediately. Like, that's just rude. That is the thing that annoys us. And us collectively, everyone, everywhere on the planet. Like, put us in stress mode and we're going to say no.
I mean,
Urgency isn't my responsibility.
Right.
let's be honest. I'm going to ask the audience here.
Uh-oh. Peanut gallery.
No, not just the peanut gallery. I'm going to go straight to the camera even. Is there one person even listening here that isn't annoyed by
Last minute.
last minute inquiry?
Or or major changes.
Or major changes?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Riddle me.
Drop your stories in the comments.
Riddle me.
So spend some time in the DM or before the DM. Spend some time.
Slide into my DM.
You singing that is not what we need.
Especially Sorcha.
My DM.
No sliding
Sorcha.
anywhere.
I take it back.
I take it back. I didn't mean it, I swear.
Psych. Let me be so clear.
I'm also curious what you guys think. Like, there's definitely a balance, right? You want to be personable. You want to start a conversation. Hi, how's your day going? Yada, yada. Develop that friendship even with a complete stranger. Add the value, like we've been saying. But also, get to the point.
Yeah,
I've had a conversation with people. It's like,
Don't write a novel.
Like, at some point, it's like, my intention with this DM is to get your attention about this. And I want to be personable, but I don't want to have 10 messages with somebody, getting to know them.
What do you
when
want?
it's business transaction. So yes, personable. Also,
get to the point.
Sometimes the personable thing to
Concise.
do is get to the point.
Well, you want to be respectful of everybody's time, even your own. You don't have time to dilly-dally. While maintaining these personable and warm tones, you also need to move forward.
Start the DM, who you are and what your specialty is, so they know immediately if this is relevant to them. And then the next thing that you really need to do to show that respect is ask what the best form of communication is for that person. Is it DMs? Would you rather I email? Depending on the platform, I have a different thing that I prefer, and respecting your target's preference for communication is going to do nothing but good things for you.
Even asking.
Right.
Shows that it's like, I have a level of consideration for you that
Right.
immediately is going to make them receptive. Do you have time for a combo? Can we have a
Right.
combo over here?
Right.
Hey, what's your capacity for connection?
And if you want to be taken seriously, take that piece seriously right there, because I have had several people be like, hey, I want to do this, and I am genuinely interested, and I say, awesome, please shoot me an email. That's how this gets on my radar. That's how this gets into my priority list. Yeah. Send me an email. Here's my email address. And then I never hear from them again, and they might DM me 6 months later, and I'm like, I'm not the one that dropped the ball.
Yeah.
It's not on me to carry on that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Tell them specifically how you want to be involved. That's the concise part. I'm doing a shoot. It looks like this. Because you're amazing at XYZ, I would love to have you involved in this capacity, and say specifically what you want and why.
It's better for everyone receiving it because you're excited about the project, you're excited
Right.
about the connection. You're more likely to have those asks turn into relationships in the future and to get whatever it is you need from that person or you're trying to sell to that person. Because these relationships will get you more business than just about any other form of marketing. So
Absolutely.
if you can figure out how to break the ice and how to build these relationships from the ground up, especially through social media, you are going to grow your business so much faster.
Yep.
And
Well, know who you're reaching out to. I mean, pretend like it's IRL. Like we've been saying, it's a real person that we're talking to. If you're at a networking event and you're 1,000 people at this networking event, like you might have 1,000 followers, and you go up to every one of those 1,000 people and pass them a business card without any sort of connotation.
They're going to be all over the floor.
You're going to see a business card, and you're going to see them as crutches for joints, and you're not going to
Wow.
get any... Can we say that?
I don't
Yeah.
care.
We're in Oregon.
So you're going to... So imagine you're 1,000...
Imagine Sorcha in her chair.
I'm sorry.
This is the treat for the ferret.
Imagine
Settle down.
Imagine you were a sane person.
A sane person.
Imagine.
No.
Imagine the pattern is full.
Imagination. Top Gun reference.
Of 1,000 people and you're passing out your business card.
podcast.
We're close to the end, man.
Don't make me start. So imagine
I'm trying.
your network event. Imagine your real life networking event.
Attitude will get you everywhere, good and bad. A bad attitude gets you where bad attitude gets you, right? Nowhere, and people are pissed off. Good attitude gets you good places, good connections, great collaborations. Right?
Hell yeah.
Too many business cards for you.
It's understanding that building relationships takes time. And so that cold DM might start the conversation, but you gotta be willing to put time and energy and effort into building relationships.
So you're looking to level up your business. You want to go up. It is a high rise and you want to get to the top floor. So consider a DM as a
Elevator pitch. Woohoo.
Okay, what does elevator pitch mean for those Gen Zs that have no idea what an elevator pitch is?
You were stuck in an elevator with the CEO of a company, and you had just that amount of time to pitch him your grandiose idea.
Impression, attitude. What is the point?
The way that we use DMs, it's almost like text messaging, right?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get a hold of somebody right away in a way that other forms of communication can kind of usually bypass. As the person receiving that, have to put boundaries around your energy and around how you take on conversations.
We want to seem attentive and like we care about the business, but
But for our mental health, sometimes that is, especially in a social
or
media.
lack of.
Yeah. more often than not. Remind yourself that it's okay to take 24 hours to respond.
Have your avenues, like you said, all inquiries go to email, all inquiries go to my website, yada yada, whatever like type of DMs, all this is handled through this way. That's how a corporation would do it. And so treat your business like that, even though you might be one person or two people or one person and a significant other.
Or 4 raccoons in a trench coat.
Yeah, or 4 raccoons in a trench coat, but treat it like it's a business. And then when you're on the other end of that, asking for people's attention, realize that they have those things in place.
Yes.
Not to say screw you, because they're looking out for their own business
Insanity.
and sanity. And so, like,
And productive.
be patient
Yeah.
with those processes.
Yes.
Pause. Battery's dead.
Are you finding yourself losing time in certain places over and over? Are there certain types of conversations that feel really soul-sucking in that moment?
Yeah.
Can you automate them?
And yes, we will have a whole episode about CRMs and automation. So what is our challenge for this week? Just don't what?
Just don't let the fear of rejection keep you from reaching out.
You're not going to get what you want if you don't ask. Just know how to ask.
Remember,
ask
the
in a good way.
Worst they're gonna say is no.
Or they don't respond.
Or they don't
leave you on
respond.
red.
Right, yeah.
Or they don't even read the
They
message.
screenshot it, and then they create a reel about it that goes viral saying, look at this person asking me for free stuff in my DMs. What's the worst that could happen? You could go viral for being a butthead.
The worst that could happen is that we're going to screenshot your DMs and send them to each other.
The best case scenario is you have a new client and you
Right.
need it.
And
I knew
your bestie. Yes.
Cut.
All right. Are we going to Tony's quote? Value over extraction.
We're end on
I
vendor
feel like
besties.
after like that value over extraction.
Perfect.
Gary V says, shout out to Gary V. Add value. Don't just take from people. Vendor besties.
Okay.